Hey everybody, it's the old sports editor Ronnie Gallagher. Now it's been a busy day for Rome in the county. We've already been over to West Rowan, and we've got to go see Joe Pinion in Salisbury because he's in a state championship himself. He's playing Northeastern Saturday night at 7 p.m. at BB&T Field in Winston-Salem. Salisbury was 3-3 at one time, and they have not lost since. And now they're in the first championship game ever. So we're going to go in and talk to Joe Pinion and see how he feels. See if he's still nervous. See if he's nervous at all. See if the kids are nervous. See how they feel about being in their first state championship game. So let's go find Joe. We do our intro later. It's cold as crap out there. Okay, here we go. You ready? All right, I'm here with Joe Pinion, Salisbury coach. First time ever in the state championship. Have you come down off that high yet?
Well, not really. And I don't think you need to. I think that, you need to have fun this week, like they said yesterday at the press conference, and we're trying to tell the kids to have fun, and I think everybody needs to stay on that high because I think that's what it's all about once you get to this game.
Yeah. What'd you think about the state championship press conference yesterday with all that testosterone in there?
Well, there's a lot. I've attended a lot of the basketball ones with our girls' basketball teams, but it's a little bit different being the person that they're asking all the questions, and it's a lot of fun because you get to talk about your kids and you get to talk about your program, you get to talk about your assistant coaches, and you hopefully you get the word out on how good all those people are and how much that helps your program.
Yeah. It was like a big reunion for three schools who were only about 16 miles radius apart with Davie and West and you. What was it like seeing all those familiar faces?
I'm tickled to death, obviously, for the West Troyan to get back for a third time. That's a great accomplishment in itself. And really tickled for Doug and his group over at Davie County because, there at one time they were probably wondering if they were going to be able to keep their jobs the way things were going south on them. And then, for Danny Akins, those guys down there in Albemarle, we scrimmage those guys. So all three of those teams we see, and I was really tickled to be a part with all those guys.
Scott Young always has told me for 3 years about all the stuff he has to do before the game. It's not just all going out and practice and getting on a bus and going to the ball game, is it?
Well, I think the one thing you realize when you become a head coach is that you kind of lose some of the coaching. I mean, you become more of the public relations director, and that takes away a little bit of the fun of it. But that's part of that deal. And when you get to this level where you're getting ready for a state championship game, I think you become more of a public relations director, and there's more that you have to do. And the good thing about our situation is I really feel like I've got some assistant coaches that I can lean on to get the job done, and that they're actually asking for me to give them more of the things to do than I'm actually giving them. So it's really a whole lot easier for me.
Davey plays at 11 and West plays at 3. Now you play at 7, which is basically about the same time you play on Friday nights. But is it going to be a hard day to just sit around and wait, or what's the plan for Saturday?
Well, with it being a Saturday game, everybody thinks, well, you back up a day. I mean, you got an extra day in there, what you're going to do. And because of the press conference, that kind of eats up a day. So we start our Monday practice today, and really nothing changes for us. The hard part, and I don't know how you figured it, and I don't know that you can figure it, Ronnie, is that we're going to get over there at a certain time, and if game 1 or game 2 pushes anything late, then we're going to be standing around waiting, and I'm not real crazy about that. So, I don't know how we're going to handle that time, but that's the thing that can throw you off a little bit.
Yeah, what time will you be leaving?
We might leave tomorrow. No. I got a feeling we'll probably leave somewhere around 3:30, 4 o'clock, somewhere in that area. We don't want to get there real early, and we don't mind seeing part of the game before us, but there's a lot of people say, well, go up there and watch the game before you and enjoy it and enjoy the atmosphere. But, to us, there's one game. Yeah. There's that one at 7 o'clock, and that's the one that's important to us.
And if you did sit up in the stands, you'd be sitting in about 20-degree weather.
Well, I'm not real. Somebody once told me when you get old, you get cold. So I'm working on that pretty good, so I don't want to get out there in that mess if I can.